So in the previous tutorial we have discussed how to add tables to your LaTeX document, and now let's see how you can add complex mathematical functions to your document. Right, so as usual I will create a new chapter by saying maybe let's say mathematics, right? And I will create a new section for mathematical expressions, right? So LaTeX is by default an awesome text formatting tool for implement these sort of mathematical expressions, because it has a lot of inbuilt commands that can be used to construct these math related functions. But there are some third-party packages as well, such as AMS Math. So let's take a look at how to use those stuffs as well. But first, let's see how to construct a basic mathematical expression by using LaTeX. So in order to do that, let's see we have some sort of polynomial function. Let's say xn plus yn equals to cn. So we know that we can construct those superscript and subscript by using this notation. So this is stand for superscript, right? So if you compile it as it is, what happened is that it doesn't aware of this superscript syntax, right? So it says that okay, you have to mention these sort of tags, but since this is a mathematical expression, let's insert that and see what happened. You can see that it is still saying some sort of compilation error, because this specific mathematical expression should be ended up somewhere, right? Otherwise the entire document will be applied this signature. Therefore let's add another dollar sign here. So now that expression has been enclosed, and if you compile it, you can see that that superscript has been applied, right? So that is how you can add superscripts, right? Likewise, in the similar fashion, you can add maybe subscript as well. So all you have to do is use the other symbol, right? That pointed out downward. Yeah, so instead of doing the same thing again and again, let's try to do a different thing. So let's say I want to add maybe a polynomial equation like this. So c to the n. So if you compile it again, you can see that expression is there, right? So that's how you can add a mathematical expression in LaTeX document. But let's see if you wanted to have a more generalized version of this sort of expression in those scientific documents. These sort of expressions are centered in the textual context, right? Because this is a special thing that comes with the document. So in order to emphasize that specific thing, sometimes these mathematical expressions has been aligned to the center, right? So in order to do that, you can simply grab the same thing and wrap the content with the square braces, right? And you have to skip these curly braces, square braces, by specifying this tag as well, right? And if you compile it again, you can see that expression has been kind of aligned to the middle, right? So let's say let's add some sort of maybe sentence here. and here as well. So you will be able to see the difference, right? So if you compile it again, now you can see that this expression has been just added to the end of that specific sentence, but this specific mathematical expression has been added as a new line which has been centered, right? So it is more emphasized to the reader. Anyway, that's how you can add mathematical expressions. So let's add more expressions like this. So for example, let's say I want to add some sort of square root related thing, and I can do that. Maybe I will use the same thing, so I will maybe use the Pythagoras formula, and yeah, it will be look like this by default. But if you take the square root to this side, then what happen is that this become the square root of this equation, right? So let's enclose with this QRT, then it will become the square root, and compile it again. Yeah, so this is a specific command, right? So you have to use this forward slash as well. Then that square root has been added here, right? So that's how you can add square roots. And yeah, so in scientific context, there are mathematical, maybe there are Greek letters that has been used for express some sort of mathematical expressions, right? So in order to use those Greek letters, you can simply use alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon command, right? But those commands again should be inside these sort of brackets, right? Otherwise there will be problems of compiling your LaTeX document. So let's say I want to add alpha sign here, so simply type alpha, right? Then compile it, so you will be having this alpha sign. So likewise you can have beta and maybe gamma and delta and even epsilon, and build it again. Now you can see that you have bunch of Greek letters, right? But they are scattered together because of the way you has written your mathematical expression, right? But if you write it as like this, I don't know, I will just add these plus signs and it will be much more clear, right? But you get the idea. You can simply use these tags to use those Greek letters inside your LaTeX file, right? So it is super easy. And there are relational operators that you used in the mathematical context. So again, in the similar fashion, you can use those notations here. For example, let's say if you want to specify a subset, so let's say A is a subset of B, and you can do that by using this subset sign. Likewise, there are subset equal and superset equal, and just try those stuffs as well, right? So yeah, so I will maybe name this as, comment this as, let's say Greek letters, and maybe I will comment this as relational operators or things like that. So likewise, there are so many operators that you can use in LaTeX. So check those stuffs as well. And let's try to construct maybe a matrix. So let's comment it as matrices, and by default the matrix can be constructed by using begin matrix command, right? And likewise in the table you can specify the elements like this, right? So let's say 4 and 5 and 6 and compile it, but it will give some error because the LaTeX doesn't aware of these commands, right? So you have to ignore this stuff by using this $sign. So then it will become a specific module that is denoted for rendering these mathematical expressions, right? So compile it again. Yeah, so I think it happens because of yeah, we have to import use package asm maths as well, right? So it is a specific package that we have to use to construct this specific matrix related mathematic stuff. So yeah, let's import it here, maybe over here. So use package ams math. Right, now let's try to compile this matrix. Yeah, again it asks for package installation, so let's install it and make sure to have a proper internet connection as well. Yeah, it download another package, so let's install it. Yeah, so it download a lot of packages, so instead of manually downloading all the stuff, I will remove this tick and install it, so it will automatically download all the necessary stuff for me. And yeah, now it has been downloaded all the necessary packages. Now you can see that we have that matrix as well, right? So maybe you can have a proper vertical space, maybe let's say 0.5 centimeter or something like that. And yeah, now we have our matrix. So likewise there are several types of matrices as well. So for example this is the plane matrix, plane matrix. So likewise there are other matrices as well, such as parenthesis matrix, parenthesis matrix. So in order to have a parenthesis matrix, all you have to do is make it as p matrix, right? Then compile it. So now you have a matrix with parentheses in it. So likewise there are several types of matrices as well, so you can find out what are those stuff, and it follows the same fashion, right? So only thing that changes is this specific parameter, right? So in here it is just matrix and here it is just p matrix. Likewise there are b matrices, p matrices, so you can check those stuff later on. But yeah, so that's how you can add mathematical expressions. And in some scenarios you may want to add some sort of theorems or lemmas or things like that. So those are the stuff that has been maybe quoted from the original author or something like that, right? So in order to add such quotes you can use this quote tag, right? So I will first make a separate section that has quote. So if you begin a quote like this, and let's maybe add some some sort of quote like this, right? And paste over here, and let's build it. Now you can see that we have that specific quote, right? But if you add a different text at the beginning, then you will be able to see the different what I am talking about. So yeah, now you can see that. So this is a specific paragraph, but this is a quote, right? So quote follows with some sort of padding horizontally, right? So these quotes also can be added when you are using this mathematical related context. And yeah, so that's how we can deal with maths in LaTeX. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.